we kind of don't know what we're gonna be doing right now,
Yeah.
but we're just gonna get going and,
Yeah.
and see where this goes. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Samson. I am a filmmaker based out of Vancouver, and I own a company called Sang Media. And so right now we're just figuring out how to generate an income as a filmmaker. So that's a
Awesome.
little bit about me. What about
Yeah.
you?
Well, my name's Jonathan, whatever you want to call it. I'm building my personal brand right now, Ziver. Just a little bit of a backstory. That was a online name I used for MapleStory, which is a game MMORPG. I don't know if you guys know that. Maybe you guys do. Maybe our first few subscribers are gamers.
Yeah.
Asian gamers.
Yeah.
Not you, you know. But, cut that out.
No, that's good. We can roll with that.
Yeah, but anyway, just focus on building my personal brand right now. Quit my full-time job about a year and a half ago, and somehow still here managing, kicking. Just grateful to be here, and just understanding that the grind is gonna take a lot of focus, effort, and that's why I'm here today, just to kind of talk, collab, see if somehow our paths can align. And just honestly, just here to have fun, catch up. You guys don't know already, Samson's my uncle.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, Jonathan's my nephew.
Yeah.
He's older than me.
Yeah.
This
Younger
is
than
like
me.
Asian
Yeah.
cousinship kind of
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I'm kind of cousins with his
Yeah.
mom. So in turn,
Yeah.
if we talk white, then he's like my like second
Man.
like cousin.
Canceled, bro.
Yeah. All good.
But yeah, anyways. Yeah.
Sweet. So I guess like, how do we even end up here? Like, what led us to be like, frick, like let's just start, making conversation, get things rolling. How do we end up here?
Just through a Discord conversation, man. Just caught up one day and decided, you know what, yo, let's. What'd you say to me? You said, yo, let's everything about doing something.
Yeah,
And-
I think where I was coming from, I was pretty tired of like doing everything on my own and just not being able to be accountable for myself.
Yeah.
And I know that you and I have similar values and similar journeys on the goal and the path that we want to make.
Yeah.
And so for me, I basically just wanted someone that it doesn't have to be in the same industry necessarily, but like
Yeah.
same values, same goals.
Yeah.
In a sense that I want to be like, all right, man, like I need someone that's just as like committed as me.
Yeah.
That's willing to put in the work.
A lot of pressure.
And like, yeah, because I struggle every day with trying to be accountable for myself, and it's tough when you can't be that person for yourself, because if you don't show up for yourself, then you aren't respecting yourself. And so
for sure.
so I got really tired of that, and so I reached out to John, and I was like, F it, man, let's do something. I know that we both want to do something, and we both want to figure out how to make this online internet business thing work. And so I was like, okay, let's just get started. This will be super scrappy, but we have the tools. We have experience and some experience, and so I think with that in mind, I think we are able to provide some value, and through that, I think we'll be able to grow something.
Yeah.
I think it's just about consistency now.
Yeah, no, for sure. And dude, I resonate with that because consistency is hard, man. And we're literally just talking about it earlier, how we say we're gonna do something, and we have these great ideas, great visions and stuff like that, but oftentimes we find ourselves not following through with it. And I resonate with that in terms of dealing with that in my own life, dealing with my own hustles, grinds, and stuff like that, saying I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But, you know, I find myself pivoting a lot. And maybe that's just cope. Maybe that's just an excuse for not, you know, to make myself feel better for not following through. But, dude, that's why I'm glad that we're here today. Honestly, I didn't really know that I was going to step into a full-on recording or anything like that. Like, I just thought that we were going to game plan. You know, this to me was actually already enough in terms of, yo, let's get together and let's do something. So this is crazy. I resonate with this because I like this. I like how we're, you know, getting going. I like how we're starting already. And that's how I've been operating my that's how I've been operating my life recently. Like I was just literally just telling you earlier how, you know, me and my group of friends, you know, we've been talking about doing something like this for a long time.
Right.
And, you know, it got to a point where we just kept talking about it. And, you know, don't get me wrong. It's the type of thing where, you know, you say it, but, you know, everybody has, you know, busy lives and stuff like that. And it's hard to really align, you know, a vision together. And it's not like we had any concrete idea or vision that we actually wanted. Or we didn't really dive deep enough to understand, to know what we were trying to do or go for, or you know what I mean? Like, we didn't have anything concrete in mind, because we also haven't done any game planning or anything like that. And and so for us, we just deep dove into it, you know, and instead of doing something like this, we decided to, okay, let's just try and be consistent consistent with something. And what we were trying to do is, you know, be consistent with, you know, committing to something together as a group of 5. And for us, what that looks like is, you know, going and committing on Twitter Spaces every day. And now that's a lot smaller than, you know, committing to something like this. You know, imagine gathering a group of five guys in the same room together. That's hard. It's hard to, you know, get 2 guys together. And so yeah, man, just really resonate what you personally are trying to do. And I resonate because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So I relate. We're just on the same journey right now, just trying to figure out. I don't know where this is gonna go, or how this is gonna look like, or if there's even gonna be a part 2. But I'm glad that we're doing something, and I feel like it's so easy to, you know, not do it. It's so easy to let things drag on, and yeah, that's why I like this, man.
Nice. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to share kind of your story and your history? I guess like since we can go way back until like say you graduated high school, because I know you have a bit of a track history on what,
dude,
you know, your background is and what your experience is. I think this is a good platform to share your history.
For sure, man. And that's crazy. That's a loaded question. It's been like 10 years, nearly 10 years since I've been in high school. Been through a lot, man, to be honest with you. I found myself just trying to navigate life by going to untraditional routes, meaning like I wanted to I'll just say it how it is. Like I did a lot of stuff where most of my 10 years wasn't at a 9-to-5 job. And I say that and I emphasize that because that's what my idea is when I talk about traditional route. I didn't go to, I went to school, but I opted out my first year. Like I didn't want to pursue it after I finished it. And I decided that, you know what, I got some figuring out to do, because this is not where I want to be for the rest of my life. This is not how I want to spend it. And how things looked like was, man, I saw my 2 best friends start their own business, which encouraged me. And, gave me the confidence to, to believe in myself. To think thoughts like if they could do it, then I could. And man, it's been a journey since then, man. In short, I went through the past few years just trying to grow a business, trying to start businesses, trying to do this, trying to do that, just trying to do whatever I can to not work a 9 to 5. And like I said, it's been like a year and a half since I quit my 9 to 5 job. My experience comes from building small businesses. Didn't build anything crazy, just built enough and got it to a point where I realized that, dude, this is not that hard. This is simple. But just to kind of throw it back to what we were just saying in the beginning, like we let you talk all this stuff on how we want to do this, we want to do that, but it's hard to get to a point where, okay, now we're actually doing it now.
Yeah.
And I like to give myself props because I actually went out and did a lot of stuff. And yeah, just been trying to navigate, trying to figure it out. The past couple of years, I've been dabbling within crypto and now AI. Since I got into crypto, I started building my own personal brand. Just started off with a Twitter account, building community online. I talk about it. I talked about it in a recent vlog actually. So that's why this is super fresh. Like I grew up playing games like MapleStory, and talking to friends on Skype, on Ventrilo and all that, and now talking to friends on Discord, making connections on Twitter, and these are people from around the world. And so just realizing that it's crazy the power of the internet, mm-hmm. and how you're able to connect with people from all over the world. And truly I truly believe that it's all about your network. Your network is your net worth, right? Corny as it seems, like it's so true. Like if there's anything that I learned in business, it's like it's all about who you know, not what you know. And shit, man, I don't know anything. All I know is that I know people. And yeah, still shaking hands in real life, shaking virtual hands more so recently. And yeah, one thing I'm most excited about right now is, like I said, just growing my personal brand, just continuing on with the journey, still navigating, and yeah, just somehow I want to be able to leverage my personal brand, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned you're doing your own thing. You're not doing a traditional 9 to 5 job right now. What would you say some of the biggest struggles are being on your own, being your own boss?
Dude, yeah, you know what? Being asked, what do you do? Because, dude, I do everything. Like some days I'm a housewife taking care of stuff around the home. Some days I'm, just sitting at home trying to figure it out. A lot of times I'm just doing stuff that doesn't provide a monetary, that doesn't provide an income right away. And that's the thing about, going the untraditional route, or, and I'll get to this later, but now I feel like this is the traditional route, because now we're presented with so many opportunities online that it's like, you don't have to go work a 9 to 5. You don't have to, go out there, get an education to get a good job. Like, dude, we can learn everything online, and we can, we can work from home. COVID showed us that. And I feel like there's a lot of people chasing that now, because truly I believe that's a special type of freedom, not having to go to a job. And yeah, and I don't want to make it seem like I hate jobs and stuff like that. I just, like, for me, it's just, it's not what I want to do. It's not like a job is bad. A job provides stability. It provides comfort. It's a lot of good. It really, it's a great place to network, and it's a great place to act as some sort of a stepping stone for you to achieve higher levels of success, climbing that corporate ladder, so to speak. And yeah, for me personally, that the worst case scenario for me is having to work a job for the rest of my life. And honestly, it's might not be that bad for others, but it's a little bit of a scary thing for me, because I feel like, just to kind of kick it back to literally what I was just saying, like, dude, we have so many opportunities here, online, and yeah, I feel like I was rambling, but did I answer your question?
Yeah, no, that was good. Let me just double check the recording here.
Yeah.
See if we're still live. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
18 minutes now.
Awesome. Man, ramble on a lot.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, what else do you want to get into?
Just how much I'm gonna cringe at myself for just how much I'm gonna cringe looking back at this, because dude, this is the journey, this is the grind, man. This is literally what everybody is afraid of.
Yeah.
They're afraid of, looking back at themselves and thinking that, oh man, I'm cringe, I'm weird, I'm failing. But dude, this to me is stepping out of my comfort zone. This to me is doing what I said I was gonna do. This to me is following through, and this to me is a learning opportunity, a growing opportunity. One of my biggest goals lately was to get better at surrounding myself with people, because over the last year and a half, I've been keeping to myself a lot, and prior to that, I was working a job and I was doing some other stuff on the side, building businesses, and which had allowed me to develop people skills, develop confidence, develop all that personal development ish. And yeah, to me, I kind of want to get back to that. I kind of want to regain that ability again, because it's important. No matter what kind of business you're in, it's gonna involve people. Whether anyways, this don't want to ramble on off topic, but just excited about growth, excited about bettering myself, and excited about actually doing something, and not just coping, making excuses, stuff like that. But anyways, I feel like I talked a lot. What about you, man? Just answer everything that you just asked me, man. Tell me a little bit more about who you are, what you do, where you came from, where you're going, what you're excited about, all that.
Yeah, so I guess I can go a little bit into my history. I guess coming out of high school, even into high school, I had an opportunity to do airplanes as in an internship during high school. And so I basically didn't really have a direction, so I chose any direction that I thought was a direction. Mm-hmm. So I went full throttle with aerospace and airplanes and fixing airplanes. And so I dedicated my later high school years taking calculus, physics, like all these hard-ass math courses, going into that. Then I went to BCIT and studied avionics technician. And it was just a 1.5 year diploma. I finished that. I almost failed it. But during that time, honestly, it was like one of the most depressing times of my life, going through school for something that I wasn't truly passionate about. But the moment I graduated, I went on a hiking trip with my cousins as a grad trip for me. And that trip changed my life and changed the trajectory of my life. I brought my camera and I was able to film and capture this trip basically as a vlog. But two of my cousins were actually in the creative industry already. This is Joe and Anthony, my cousins, and they're phenomenal creatives, and so they taught me the ropes behind holding the camera and secret transitions and I just like, this is so cool. And then when I got home, I cracked out an edit, and I was just so excited to get this edit done. And once I got it done, I was like, oh, like check this edit out. Like look at all my transitions, zooming and whooshing everywhere. This is like around the time where creator on YouTube like kind of like made his style, and it's the Sam Kolder style. And I'm sure there's people online. He's a very famous creator that a lot of people replicate, and so I was one of the ones that bandwagoned on creating a travel video like Sam Kolder. And so yeah, I just fell in love with filmmaking, and from there I kind of took that by the horns, and I went down that route. And so I never went back to aerospace, even to this date, and I don't regret it one bit. And so yeah, there's been ups and downs through my career now. I've worked, this is probably like my like third or fourth job in the filmmaking industry. And then I also had a period where I quit my job as well, my 9 to 5, and I ran my business full time. And yeah, I'd love to share a little bit about like what that looked like for me, because it wasn't all cherry blossoms.
No, for sure, it never is.
And yeah, it was really tough. So much so I got offered a job with my current job right now, with Aspen Films. And so they offered a job to me back in, I believe, 2021 of October. This is when they first found my company, Sang Media, and they're like, they needed to contract me out for some work, and they really enjoyed working with me, so they offered me a job right away.
Wow.
And so I was still in the middle of Sang Media, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna feel my company out, and I'm like I still have a goal and dream to build it out. But going through the winter months, I would say I caved in. I had financial stresses where I was like, oh shoot, like I have to pull out of my investments, like my savings, in order to like pay for months. And I'm sure that occurs, and that's like nothing. Like that's a reality for people that are on their own. That some you gotta make the ends meet, and you gotta sometimes take out all your savings, or you gotta figure out how to get this cash right. That's when you're on your own. And so I think after winter I kind of felt like I didn't have the backbone enough, and also like I felt like I got into like a rut where I wasn't disciplined enough, and then I got into the kind of negative mindset of like, oh shoot, like I'm not working, and it's difficult when you're not working. And then so come April 2022 is when I was like, all right, job doesn't sound too bad right now. So I took up Aspen's offer. I did some negotiating on salary, rates, benefits, and just like quality of life. And Aspen, I can say honestly, has been like the best job I've ever had. And so it's great. I would say it's like not perfect either yet. I think down the line my goal is to be on my own as well, but it's scary, scary with life coming up. Recently engaged, so that's
congratulations.
So that's like a huge thing, wedding, getting married, getting a wife, having kids, like all that's a part of life, and it's scary when you aren't able to provide. So to all those guys and ladies that have to provide, but they're still on their own.
Yeah.
I want to share a little bit about like the pros and cons of having a 9 to 5, but also having a full-time freelancing job, which is my current state right now. So some of the pros are you get benefits like having a full-time job. You can go to the dentist without worrying about the entire cost of it, which could be a big or a small thing, right? And then also having a stable income that's a pretty huge thing. And then the perks, also still having the perks of having your own business to have tax write-offs and expense things, and so it's pretty awesome being in the position that I am, because I am work from home with Aspen, and so I have a lot of freedom there. But sometimes I feel like this is like the golden handcuffs. I don't know if you know that saying.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Where it's like, oh man, this job is like so good, so cushy. I'm like so comfortable, right? And that's the reality of having a really good job. Sometimes I don't know if having this job is my true vision. And sometimes it's hard to get out of the golden handcuffs, right? I'd rather, if you have a really bad job, it's really easy to quit that job. But if you have it's harder to differentiate bad from great than from good to great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up our conversation, our first episode. I don't know what we're really calling this. We named it Creative Talks. I don't know if that'll stick. But this is just getting started. We'll see if we have a part 2 or an episode 2. Yeah. But I mean, I think it's just a fun time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Catching up with my nephew, and I think this is a great way to be intentional on striving for our goals, and we can close it there. All right,
dude, awesome. We're really doing something, man. We're really doing something.
Awesome. So, okay, cheers.
Peace.